Hi guys, and welcome to another Dragonheir Silence God video. Guys, before we jump into the video today, I will ask you, if you haven't done it yet, to go down in the description, click like and subscribe. It will help the channel grow. I'm trying to push towards those 500 subscribers for the moment. If we can reach that target, it will help the channel grow, and the more view we get, the more rewards I will be able to bring back to you in terms of giveaway. So I will really appreciate any help on this. If you haven't done it yet, again, go down, like and subscribe. But today, guys, the developer of the game has released a new quality of life feature that is really nice. I know Ivy Lee has been pushing for this for a long time in the content creator chat, and I'm really happy to see that the developer has been listening and they put this into the game. After that, we're gonna talk about briefly how the game has developed in the last 3 to 6 months, in the last 2 seasons, because a lot of features have been brought to the game and they've made our experience much better. But let's jump into the first one so you can see what I'm talking about. So in today's update, the developers has dropped this nice feature that I know Ivy Lee has been asking for a very long time in the content creator chat. And I agree that it was much needed, and we finally have it, and it's going to help us a lot. So if you go over here, you jump into your gallery and you click on the filter, you're going to have the usual filter where you can select the type of champion buff, debuff they bring. And they add this new section at the bottom where we can select special ability that the champion have. We can see the healers, we can see the debuff dispeller or the block debuff, the people that dispel our debuff on our team, ultimate energy down, ultimate energy up, all those special features that we're gonna need to deal with the continental boss, for example. It's going to be much easier for us to filter and see what champion we have. For example, if I want to see if I have any champions with resurrect abilities, I know that I have 2 epics. Or if I want to see if I have any champion that has resurrection block, well, there's only one in the game and I have it. But this is going to very enhance our experience and simplify our research when we look for specific abilities. I'm really happy again that they listen, and it's a pattern that they show in the past as well, because if we think about how the game has developed in the last 6 months, they've introduced a lot of the tools that we need to improve our experience, our game, and simplify our day-to-day task. So I want to briefly show a couple of things that they introduced in the game in the past 6 months, talk how the game was before and how we improve our experience right now, because I think it's easier to focus on the flaws of the game. For sure this game has flaws, for sure this game could be improved even more, but maybe look back at how it was 6 months ago and how it is right now. It will make us feel a bit better about what direction the game is taking. So let's jump into the next one so you see what I'm talking about. The first feature I want to talk about is the timing and the skill timing table. This was in the game from the beginning. It was a bit more clunky. Now they improved it. They improved, for example, the timing on the vortex, which was slightly off. It was very difficult to time. It was saying it was 20 seconds, but it wasn't. A lot of bosses had those animations. They were dragging the time all over the places. They went back, reworked those animations, reworked those timing, and make it much easier for us to time correctly with a timetable. There is also this part of the timetable which is honestly mostly overlooked, which is separating timing from continuous stages. This will help you in content where you have waves and a boss at the end. You can separate the timing so your skills are always going to fire off at the time you set for the boss. You don't have to worry too much about the waves. The waves usually are quite easier. But when you get to the boss, you're going to be able to have the timing set up already for that fight. This is going to be particularly useful for your domains, for example, where you might have like the fire domain to remove those debuffs from the boss at the right time. And this feature here is what you need to master, basically. Let's jump into the next one, because I think the next one is what really has changed our experience the most. The next one up, guys, is the equipment plan. The equipment plan has been something that has really changed my feeling towards this game, has changed my day-to-day, has cut down my time in game, and made my life so much easier. I am one that try to min-max everything. I don't farm thousands of pieces of gears. I just farm the gear I need. I try to put the best sets I can together, and then I keep farming to improve my gear. But I don't want to gear every champion in my roster. I just gonna build those sets that I need, place it on my champions, then move them around. Now, I used to do that through this feature here that I'm going to show you very quickly. When you get to your champion list, you can select the plan over here. You select here and you click on plan, and you can build your plans for your champions. Very useful early on in the game when you just need, you have few sets to move around and you use them all over the places. You can improve them by overwriting, etc. But at some points during season 1, they introduced this amazing feature, which is placed over here. When you create your team, you need to create a team first. Obviously, the same with the timing. You create your team, and then you go to edit equipment plan. And in edit equipment plan, you can save the gear that all your champions have on to do that fight, including artifacts, including runes, everything. And this speed up your time so much because you don't have to worry anymore about what gear is where. You just click on the icon, load all your gear, and you're good to go. And this is by far one of the best features that the game has introduced. And I'm so happy that we finally get to do this because, I mean, if you remember how it was before, if you play the game how it was before, it was a high level of frustration in trying to move that gear around all the time. And this show how much the developer are willing to put in good time and effort in developing the game and making our experience so much better. The last feature I want to talk about is something else they introduced in the patch today. It's part of those quality of life that they're trying to improve. And they introduced in this pack over here, daily supply from 3 years. They introduced the they increased the amount of teams we can build from 15 to 30. Now, this is the teams you can build over here, the one that we've seen before. It's basically gone from 15 to 30 if you buy the pack, only if you buy the pack. Used to be less than 15. They already increased it to 15 last season. It made the difference when it came to to the end of the season, to the other world exploration, for example, because we had to build those bosses and those dungeons team. It was 6 bosses and 3 dungeon on top of everything we were already farming before. It was tough to squeeze in everything in 15 teams. Now, if you buy that pack, and I will say that now is more worth than it was before, your team's setup are going to be increased at 30. It might seem a lot early on. For me as a content creator, it really helps because it gives me the opportunity to test more composition. I don't need to go cancel and delete the one that I already have every single time to see, oh, I can take this off because I don't need it. I can just keep building up and have a new one to compare to the existing. I will say that right now, that pack has increased in value quite a lot, especially if you're planning to play this game quite seriously. I'm not telling you to spend money on the game. I will never tell to anyone to do that. But if you are playing this game seriously and you're happy to invest some little amount of money in the game you like, that pack now is really good value in my opinion. It brings you Warm Arrow every day, a pack of energy that you can use to farm gear or potion to level your champions, and now also more team presets you can build. So guys, before wrapping up this video, I would like to ask you to write in the message down below in the comments of this video if you have any idea on how to improve this game. And I'm not talking about boss mechanics or champion rebalance. I'm only talking about tools that the game can introduce. Maybe something that you've been using in a different game, if you've been playing something else, that you would like to see in this game as well. We can collect those information and maybe pass along the most valuable one to the developer and see if they are willing to listen. And maybe you're going to see some of those features introduced into the game. So guys, again, if you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you soon with another video about Dragonheir Silence God.